Welcome to Raider Talks Pregame. I am your host, Art Navarrete, here alongside co-host Nick Yobara. We are here before a Raiders versus Browns matchup. Huge game for the Raiders. It's a must-win.
Yeah, it's a must-win. We got to go 4-0 the rest of the way. It starts Saturday in Cleveland. This can be a good game. We're looking for Raiders to get back on track. And it has to start this week. It has to start this week. So big game. This sets up everything, and hopefully we get the big win.
So as you've heard, the Browns have a lot of guys out. A lot of players. Nick will hit more on those guys. But some of the notable guys, Jarvis Landry, Baker Mayfield. So Nick Mullen's going to play quarterback, and hopefully deja vu don't happen. The offensive line is kind of a makeshift offensive line right now. Defense a little bit makeshift. So it's gonna be pretty interesting. They got 21 guys on the COVID list and maybe without a head coach. But after saying all that, I mean the Raiders don't have a head coach as well. They got an interim in Rich Bisaccia. Raiders have their best receiver out in Darren Waller, and a couple guys questionable. That could be a big impact on the game. And it kind of all evens out because it's a cold weather game, and this game is probably going to be won in the trenches. And the Browns got Nick Chubb, who's probably the best running back in football.
Yeah, no, Nick Chubb is really good. The only thing is that Kareem Hunt is out, so it might just be Chubb by himself out there. Get him tired. Let him go and get him tired. They're without their starting tight end, Jarvis Landry. Those are all guys that could kill us. And here they are, their third string quarterback in Nick Mullen. Last time Raiders seen Nick Mullen had a career day for his first NFL start, I believe, and it was bad from the start. This game's gonna be, I think, kind of a weird one. Just like last year we played in that cold weather game. Raiders came out on top 16-6. It was more running and more short passes and just more of a defensive, hard-fought game. I feel this might be the same way. So I wouldn't get mad if the yards are there or if, depending on the wind, which way kicks go. This is going to be a really tough game, no matter who is playing or who's out or who's in. And we just got to come up ready and prepared. We know what we have. Cleveland, a day before, their game, they're going to know what they have. We just got to go out, prepare, and get ready to play football. This is a really big game.
Yeah, the thing that scares me a little bit about this game is that they have a good running back, obviously, and we have not been a good defense against the run all year long, and that's what's going to take to win the game, running the ball. And offensively, we have not ran the ball good. So everything just looks like it's not working out in our favor on paper, but let's see if we can go execute, get some good blocking from our line today or on game day and see what happens.
Yeah, no, because, let's face it, we are a passing team. Rushing has, not been there for us this year. And this is one of those games where you're going to have to rush. Your rushing yards are going to have to come from somewhere. And Cleveland, with Nick Chubb, like you said, Nick Chubb's a beast. He can run up and down the field. He's one of the best backs in the league right now, young running back. So it's going to be interesting to see. It's about, I think the battle's going to be won at the line, let's see what happens. I think Josh Jacobs and the line can do it. We have to have a good day.
Yeah, Nick Chubb, since this new Cleveland team with Baker, Chubb, and those guys, I feel like every time we play them, we always beat them, but Nick Chubb dominates us every game. And so hopefully we just hold them down just a little bit, and I feel like we can get a huge win in Cleveland, a must-needed win if we want to salvage our season.
Well, it seems like every time you watch a Raider game, everyone kills us, on the opposing team. So I'm not going to sit there and say all they have is Chubb. But in reality, I think Chubb's going to get most of the yards, most of the carries, most of their offense is going to be Chubb. I think in the same way maybe we kind of talk about Kansas City's offense a little bit. You're not going to completely stop this guy. But if you contain him a little bit, limit him at what he does, it could be a good day for this Raider defense.
Yeah, 100%. Going into this game, The Raiders have the 10th ranked offense, and the Browns have the 16th ranked offense. And all these rankings kind of don't matter on the Browns side of things because of a lot of guys are out. It's going to be a lot of replacements, a lot of second stringers, third stringers. So you never know what you're going to see. But for me personally, we're a team that's always beat Baker. Baker can never win, can never get over the hump against us. So it kind of scares me a little bit facing. We were going to face Case Keenum, and I was definitely worried about that. And now we're facing Mullen, and I feel like a different look on the Brown side might help him out a little bit, and it's just one of those games where the Raiders tend to struggle.
Yeah, I wasn't really too worried about Case Keenum. I know we've had our success with him, for these past couple games that I know that he's quarterbacked against us. So you go Baker. Baker has never beaten us before. He looked good in his first career start against us, but he didn't get the job done. We beat him, and then last year, like I said, it was a weird weather game. He still lost. Go back to Case Keenum. We've looked good defensively and with him, but this Mullen thing, and I saw who their 1, 2, and 3 was. I was like, Nick Mullen, man, that was the guy who killed us in San Francisco that one year. Yeah, no, it's gonna be weird, but also I don't think it's gonna be as much as a passing game. I just think it's gonna be more about Chubb. And I know Mullen can do it. He had his time in San Francisco where he looked all right, but this is going to be a really good one to see what they come out with and what they do.
A couple of my worries are because this might be a running game, and then when you're throwing the ball, it's going to be a dink and dunk type of game. Mm-hmm. And the Raiders have been pretty bad at stopping those dink and dunk plays. It feels like if you dink and dunk, throw a little quick route or screen plays, anything, it's going to gain chunks against the Raiders defense. So we're going to need to eliminate the run game in that as well. But we won't need to have a safety back there making sure like 1,000% no one gets behind them because the odds that they're going to go deep is pretty slim.
Yeah, this is the one where maybe you can even put Abram in the box a little bit. That's his big strength is hitting people and tackling people. So you do that. Take a safety in, put a safety in, and this could be one of those where he has a big day. But like you said, this might not be a thing where, hey, we're just going to go deep. We've struggled with dinks and dunks. We struggled with the run. We're going to have to improve, and we're going to have to improve quick, and it starts this week.
Yeah. Again, going this game, the Raiders have the 20th ranked defense. Browns have the 4th ranked defense. Again, different players on the Browns defense. But looking at this, the Raiders are going to need to improve. They were a defense that cracked the top 10 earlier this season and have took a spiral downhill. And it's getting pretty ugly on the defensive side of the ball. And both sides of the balls aren't playing good right now, but the defensive side especially. They're ranked among the bottom 5 in the past 5 or 6 weeks.
Yeah. It's been tough for them, and I think it all started in Kansas City when they came in and lit us up, in Vegas, and then it just took a downward spiral from there. But like I said, this one might not be much of a passing game. I think defense has got to step up these last 4 games if we want to go to the playoffs, go do something special. And like I said, I think you throw out whatever we've done in these past, 13, 14 games. It comes down to these 4 games. We need these 4 games, and it all starts Saturday.
And it's a tough game.
Mm-hmm.
Tough game. Cold weather. Conditions aren't like the Raiders are used to. But we'll see what happens. It's definitely going to be one in the trenches. And we'll see what happens. What are your keys to the game for the Raiders?
This one, with me, I think every game from here on out, it's going to be time of possession. But this one, it's going to be, whoever's going to have the ball more in this, we're assuming it's going to be running game. We're going to assume both teams are going to come out and try to run the ball. And I think time of possession, score, take your time scoring, with this weather and everything, and, score touchdowns. I think the main thing is we got to put up 7s. This might be a low-scoring game, but we got to go out, put up touchdowns, put up a lot of points, and really show that this offense could be back and on a roll going forward.
I think it's going to be cold, probably a little wet. I think whoever wins the turnover battle, I think that's a big key to the game. Win the turnover battle, get those fumbles, and even when they try to throw a ball, get those picks. Again, time of possession. That's huge. We need the ball. When we don't have the ball, I mean, it's self-explanatory, but we're not scoring. We haven't been able to score. And another thing as well would be, like you said, getting in the end zone. We need to get in. We're settling for field goals. And this ain't going to work in this game because it's windy. You never know what happens. You never know how that wind's going to move. And it could be a 50-50 for the kickers in this game. So we're going to need to definitely get in the end zone, get that running game going, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I don't think there is no such thing as an easy kick in wind conditions like we're seeing in the weather. And that's why I said, man, we gotta put up sevens. We can't sit there and say, oh well, we got automatically 3 because there might not be no automatic 3 come game time. So it's gonna be interesting to see how the weather and everything shakes us out.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. This is going to have to be a huge game for the Raiders to win if they want to keep their playoff hopes alive. What are your score predictions for this game?
I think we will win 21-17. I think it's going to be kind of low scoring. I think it's going to be that one where, it's going to be some stops, so like you said, some turnovers. 21-17. Jacobs has a big day.
Jacob's going to need a big day for us to win, and that's for sure. I think Barber might get in, get some touches in this ball game, show different looks at the Browns' defense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would too. I would, and Richard's, I think, coming back off of the COVID list, so, you got your 3 running backs in there, and, don't forget about Mariota because, he can come in and run the ball too sometimes. So, yeah, no, we got the guys to do it, so let's go get a good game plan in and go do it.
Yeah, I was about to say, since the kind of game it's going to be, maybe early in the game we'll see if Carr's feeling good and he feels like he can sling the rock a little bit, then we'll be good. But if we're just running the ball, maybe give Mariota a little bit more looks than you'll normally give him, just to keep the defense off balance even more.
Yeah, and it would work this one because, short passes, the runs, third and shorts, fourth and shorts. We might not punt, we probably will, but, just the fourth and shorts and everything, you want to risk it. We got a playoff. We want to go to the playoffs, so, you got to do everything it takes where he can come in and have the defense off guard, try to guess what they're doing, and, we can surprise them.
Yeah, and I'm not saying to take Carr out of the game or anything, no. But I'm saying if you could tell the way the game's going just by the wind and all the factors in the game, then that might be an opportunity where you maybe give Mariota 20% of the snaps or 30% of the snaps just to keep the defense off balance. And you could do plays where you keep Carr in the game as well, and anything can happen. Mariota could pitch to Carr to pitch to Mariota, or anything. So it can make it a very interesting game. We can make the Cleveland's not game planning for Mariota 20%, 30% of the snaps. They're game planning for maybe one play with Mariota. But if you put them in more, then that might shake things up, shake the whole game up.
Or you do something different with Mariota just besides that little play action, and then him just go out. Because, I think every time he's gotten the ball, not every time he's been out on the field, but every time he's got the ball, he's been doing that. So, you switch it up a little bit. Hey, you say, hey, we're going to go do this, or Mariota, you're going to throw the ball, or Mariota, you're going to do this or this and that. Keep them guessing, keep them, on their toes. Because, because so far only one play's worked with Mariota, and that was just a little play action for a couple yards.
Yeah, my score prediction, I think it's going to be very low scoring. I'm going to say 17-14. Our Raiders win. So we'll see what happens. I mean, this is going to be an interesting game. You can't predict the score of this game. You never know. I mean, Carr might go in, feel good, and just light it up. Mm-hmm. Nick Mullen, I remember that game against the Raiders. He just lit it up. He might feel good and light it up too. But the way it looks on paper, the way you see from the weather report, it's going to be a low-scoring game, one in the trenches. But you never know once it comes game time.
Yeah. As we sit here, a couple days before game time, Raiders should win this ball game. Almost half of your team is out on COVID, on the COVID list or injury list or whatever you want to call it. And all we're missing is Waller and maybe Perriman. We're going into this healthy. and they're not. They're sitting there with their third string quarterback, second string lineman, third string here, whatever. This is a game we got to win. If you want to go to the playoffs, and I know we've said this before or whatever, but especially this one, and I know you're on the road, but you're in a primetime Saturday game. You were put in this position for a reason. Go out, get the win. Keep our season alive. This is one that we need. This is a big one, and I think we can do it.
Yeah, it don't matter if we're playing on grass, we're playing on concrete. This is a do or die game for the Raiders. They got to win. Mm-hmm. It's do or die from here on out. Every game is a playoff game for the Raiders right now. These next 4, we got to treat them like a do or die, and we just got to go out and give it all we got and hopefully win these next 4 games and get a playoff spot.
Yeah, Well, I think playoffs begin now, begin Saturday, big game. We got to go 4-0, take it 1 week at a time, and start Saturday, and it's going to be going.
Who are your players of the game?
Players of the game. I'm going to go Josh Jacobs. I am going to go Josh Jacobs only because he had a good game, I believe, last year against the Browns. And we're going to need him going. Whether it's running the ball, if we're going to, short pass it to him a little bit and just let him go, he's going to have a big game if we want to win this ball game, and I think he can do it.
Yeah, 100%. I think he can definitely do it, and that's my player of the game. If we're going to win, if we want to win, I think he's going to have a big game. And I wouldn't be surprised if a guy like Barber just shows up and is that guy for us, and he's just a player of the game either. So, I'm not going to go say Barber right now because that's a really gutsy decision, but I'm going to go Jacobs. Hopefully he can get the job done, but I think there's a potential where Barber can show what he's made of a little bit.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're absolutely right. This could be one of those where you sit there and do a running back by committee, and whoever's hot, it's going to take majority of the snaps. We'll see in the first quarter of who's hot, who's not. It could be anybody. It could be Richard, it could be Barber, it could be Jacobs. Who knows? But I do got a bold prediction that Renfrow has 877 yards. He puts people on skates. If we're gonna sit there and maybe throw short or whatever, he breaks the 1,000-yard mark Saturday night in Cleveland. That's 130 something yards that he needs.
I don't. You never know. You never know.
You never know, because he can get one, make a miss, break a couple, whatever. But I think a bold prediction that you can have is he breaks the 1,000-yard mark.
Yeah, I think from here on out, if Renfrow, he has to get like 130 yards a game, and he'll break Tim Brown's record for most yards in a season. That'll be breaking Tim Brown's record, which I can't see it happening this season because there's no way a wide receiver is going to average 130 yards a game for 4 games. That's just absurd. But it does look like Renfrow is going to break the reception record, and I think he only needs about 15. No, I think it's like 16 or something like that, and he's going to get more than 4 targets a game. Mm-hmm. So he'll break that, which is a good accomplishment for Renfrow. Hopefully he can get that done, and I hope Renfrow can get that 130 yards, get to that 1,000-yard mark, and that'll be a crazy game to do it in that kind of conditions and that weather, and a kind of a day where you wouldn't expect a wide receiver to have a amazing day like that. My defensive player of the game, I'm gonna go with Solomon Thomas. In the middle, because I think this game is going to be one. If we're going to win, it's going to be the interior. Mm-hmm. Obviously, the line's going to need to play good, or the defensive ends are going to need to play good. But the interior, Jefferson, Solomon Thomas, they're going to need to really carry this team, because I think Chubb's going to be running up the middle, doing all that. And if he's doing that, running up the middle, and we stop that, then we're going to have to make him run to the edge outside. And it takes more time to get a first down and get more yards if you're going out to those sides. And we got pretty good linebackers. Hopefully Perryman comes back. So I think it's going to be won by guys like Solomon Thomas and Quinn Jefferson, those guys inside.
Yeah, no, that's a really good one, just with the run and everything. And no, yeah, that's a really good one. Mine, I'm going to go Abram. I think they bring him in, and I think he has a field day just with tackles and, big plays, if they dink and dunk or whatever, he can, make that tackle behind the line of scrimmage. I think this is one of those things where you're going to probably play into his strength this weekend. And he might go out there and have a big day with tackles and everything.
Yeah, like you said, that's a good one. It's really his strength. He's not going to really have to worry about the big play, the big pass. He can really focus up and focus on those little dink and dunks and getting those big hits or hitting Chubb, the running backs. So, yeah, it's a good prediction too. Smart prediction. I like that one, Nick. Good job.
Thank you, Art.
Yeah, for sure. We'll see you guys on post-game. We'll see you guys after the game. Hopefully the Raiders can pull out a win so we can have a happy post-game and not an all sad post-game. Hopefully the Raiders can win so they don't ruin my Christmas time and all that. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, no, I want to win this one, because I think post-game lives are better when we win. We're happy. We don't talk about negative. We don't talk about off-season. We don't talk about drafts. We sit there. We talk about the win, what we're going to do next week and how we're back and we're on a roll. With it being Christmas time and everything, I think it would just be cool for Raiders to win one and have us feeling good for the next week or two.
100%. We'll see you guys on post game. Go Raiders.
Go Raiders.